YouTube. So look, coming on here today, documenting my journey, dispatching, starting a dispatching operation. So first and foremost, I had the idea around March of 2025. Immediately tried to, go ahead and get into it, but I always came into it from a perspective of delegation. So I immediately, tried to put out jobs to go ahead and get people onboarded into my operation. So I basically, the way my business works, there's a front end and then there's a back end. The front end is getting the clients, the carriers, the truck drivers, the people that have own their authority, or maybe they don't own their authority, but the idea and the business model is to leverage their MC number, the insurance and everything, whatever, and get them book loads with trusted brokers and stuff like that. And shoot, if you got your stuff all the way together, paperwork good, go ahead and get some direct shippers in place too. So with that being said, that's the front end. The back end, that would be the actual dispatch fulfillment, right? All the route optimizations, like booking, getting in contact with the drivers, making, really getting their loads booked and creating their routes for them to go pick up and drop off loads, right? So I'm not about to learn how to do this. You feel me? Like, I'm not about to learn how to do this. Like, I'm a businessman, I'm a strategist, you feel me? So I'm gonna just leverage somebody that have the experience and stuff like that, like 10 years, right? And really do this like a business, so I'm gonna hire the right people in position. It's kind of feel like, building, like, I don't know if y'all ever play, like, for my guys out there, play the sports games like NBA 2K or Madden or something like that, but you could build your franchise. You could build your go dynasty mode. You understand what I'm saying? And really build your team. I always been the dude, you feel me, to build an underdog team and try to get the right people in place and start winning like that. Like, I don't know, I just kind of been that type of person when it came to, like, video games. Also, I'm not a video gamer for real, but just the time I did in the past indulge in video games, right? So yeah, it's the same principles when it comes to that. You building your roster, so putting the right people in position to do their job, and basically you just be a leader. So my title, I'm the owner, I'm the founder of Everlane Logistics, and my title is Director of Operations, right? So yeah, I got the back end person, I got him signed and set up fully after a whole day of negotiation. But I'm kind of skipping steps right now because I had a dispatcher. I kind of reverse engineered, so I started hiring a dispatcher first, and then realizing, like, yo, I really actually need carriers before the dispatcher, but once I finally got the carriers in place, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna say his name is Alex. Like, bro, I got some carriers ready to go. Let's make some money, right? So first day, he like, I need tools and stuff like that. I need you to pay for load board. Basically, I got to pay for all his tools in his system. He had to set up the system. I'm like, why you don't already have a system? I thought we already had this established, so I don't know, man. So yeah, that's just crazy to think about, but damn beat. But yeah, so he didn't have none of it together. Prior that night, guys, I was leaving the gym, and I went to the gas station to fill up gas, and I ran into a truck driver that was at the gas station, and I seen him at the truck. I was like, man, let me go holler at this dude. I know you're a truck driver. Let me go holler at him. said, hey man, look, I was coming up to you. I seen you got your truck. It pull. You know, you the type of carrier I work with. Got the right equipment. Uh, I got freight, and I'm looking to get it assigned this week and stuff like that. Get it moving forward. He was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from up that way. I'm coming from, you know, I got some loader dropped off down here, but you know, I'm gonna be back in about 5 hours. So he made his way back, but like, look, go ahead, get my contact or whatever. So boom, we exchanged contact and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go see the carrier pack, get that signed, and you know, get the insurance situation squared away a little later today. But I'm gonna get with you in the morning. It's like 12. It's midnight at this point, right? So about 5 in the morning. I didn't even sleep. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even sleep that night as I'm thinking about it. But soon after I finished that conversation though, with the carrier, I mean with the truck driver, they had another dude that came up right behind me. He had came out the gas station too. He was like, man, I heard you tried to flag me down. I said, well, let me see what he talking about. You feel me? He said, man, I see you was over there, you know, talking that talk. You feel me? Like I heard, you know, carrier packet. I'm like, oh, he must be, you know, in the trucking. Look, I'm in the trucking business. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for, you know, damn near a little over 10 years. So he was like, but I see myself in you. You know what I'm saying? Young brother. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, look, I look, he broke me down the game, like, you know, how to get past like the brokers and stuff like that. Like, you know, the goal is to, you know, cut out the middleman as much as possible and get direct freight, you know, damn near paying $15 a load. $15 per mile, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm listening like 3 seconds at register. I'm like, $15 per mile? What? Bro, what? Bro, the freight I'm seeing $2-3 a mile, like, if that, you know what I'm saying? Freight cheap right now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the market. But he was saying like numbers like that. I'm like, oh yeah, you know. He was like, you went to school? I'm like, no, I ain't go to school or nothing like that. I'm the director of operations. You know what I'm saying? Like, businessman, you know. So he was like, yeah, man, take my contact, take my info. He would give me an extensive amount of game while just being there. You know, just let me know what all he got, you know, and basically made that connection. You know, yeah, call me tomorrow, and and we gonna chop it up. And you know, I seen some freight and stuff like that really get you set up. You feel me? Cut my learning curve short, and you know, help me get to the money, help drive that revenue. But yeah, later that night, I ain't even go to sleep because there was so much that happened. I'm like, what's the odds of those two connections happen simultaneously? And I'm gonna make another video on that, on how God worked and timing and stuff like that, because that seemed like everything that happened and transpired just seemed fake. You know what I'm saying? But I had, long story short, got the carriers and the dispatcher Alex. He would run around like his chicken, like a chicken with a head cut off. I'm like, man, I'm about to get Buddy up out of here. So I put another job posting out. Had 15 applications by the time I woke up. So I'm on it. It's 8 in the morning. I'm shooting everybody back messages. You know, I want to basically set up a call with everybody. The first person that I reached out to try to set up a call, because at this time I'm thinking I had like 5 people like I'm simultaneously like talking to, but he kind of stuck out the most. You know, he said that he got all his tools and stuff like that. He got a team and system. Had like 2 other people too that kind of came like that too already. You know, plug and play. But you know, something kind of stood out about him. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and got on the phone with him, and man, he breaking down dynamics. Like, you could tell his IQ just within this game is at a high level to be able to answer some of the questions I'm asking him. Like, you know, like I asked him like, what's your KPI? Like, what's the typical KPI for, you know, a truck per week? And he was like, you know, it just depends. And he broke down each and every way it depends. So I'm already knowing he knows what he's talking about. He was like, man, it just depends, because I got somebody in Houston, you know, he want to stay local. So those type of people, you know, about 3 to 4K gross something like that. But you know, typical clients, you know, 6 to 7,000. That's the KPI we look at. It could be more or less, but you know, that's the KPI. That's what we go for. And he got just more extensive on top of, you know, the dynamics in which, you know, these numbers averages go, you know. So yeah, end up negotiate with. I was like, you know, let me invite you to my Slack channel, get you set up and stuff like that, cause you know. But then he hit me in the WhatsApp and was like, basically trying to renegotiate the rate because he realized the number's not gonna really work to do this. So, bro, we going back and forth. Like, I'm really crunching the numbers, trying to see like what's the best I could pay him without cutting my margins, and he got to fulfill his margins. And the way I look, you know, I work with people across the world, so if I like to hire and outsource stuff overseas where my US dollars work more out there, but at the same time I want my people to be paid handsomely and be a top 10% earner, as I'm a top 10. I'll be a top 10% earner soon, you know, scaling this business, you know, in the US. And shit, top 5% as a black man. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, shit, probably damn near 1% after a while, but you know, yeah. So that's how I like to, that just speak volumes about the type of person I am when it comes to business and stuff like that. I like to see, I like to see everybody eat. You understand? So I'm in it for the long haul. You know, I like the teamwork aspect of it, leadership aspect of it. You know, the quality aspect of it, and really just I'm, you know, obsessing over this and putting my all into this. So that's just my little spiel for today. But yeah, got him hired, and you know, we finally, after, like, we was negotiating for like back and forth, like 7 messages, long extensive messages, like paragraphs, but really breaking down, being straightforward, transparent with everything. And you know, he sent me like a 5-minute voice note. I replied back with a 3-minute voice note, closing out the deal, and you know, finally coming to a common ground for, you know, the percentages and profit split for that back end operation. So got that done today. About to draft up the agreement and send it to him now and start getting stuff fulfilled. So that's just a little recap of today. This is really day 3 of the operation for real. You know, after week 2, day 3 of the operation. So yeah, man, I was hoping I was hoping I ain't getting no new carriers. You know what I'm saying? That's a good feeling to have. Like, you know, when you gotta slow down the pipeline, you know, you got that ability. It's one thing to not have nothing come through the pipeline, you know, as far as clients go, but that's not even an issue no more. Like, I turn if I need clients, it's like a faucet. I just turn it on. You feel me? But I had to turn it off. I had to get the back end fulfilled. So now that that's, you know, in the process of getting rolling, I got 3 carriers signed right now. But we're gonna rock with them and really try to scale this. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more in detail about how I came to this agreement with the guy and how I plan on scaling this. So stay tuned for the next video. Appreciate y'all for, you know, tuning in and joining me on this journey into running a very, 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 very lucrative operation that started with little to no money at all, overhead low. You understand what I'm saying? Like, really off the mental. You understand? So yeah, man, till next time, like and subscribe, comment on the video, let me know y'all thoughts. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for riding with me. So yeah, this is what it is. Everlane Logistics, you understand? So yeah, man, tap in, subscribe, like the video. I'm gone.